So you feel like you're doing everything by the book, but you're still struggling to get pregnant. It is just so frustrating. Well, today we're going to dive into a perspective that suggests the key might actually be a simple, natural approach that, you might not even have considered.
Does this feel a little too familiar? You're eating all the right things, you're exercising, you're following every single piece of advice, but every month, it's the same story. It's a really tough road to be on, and this whole explainer is designed to get right to the heart of that feeling of what on earth am I missing?
Seriously, the emotional roller coaster is no joke. You're putting in the work, you're listening to the experts, you are doing absolutely everything you're supposed to. And that feeling of seeing that same result month in and month out, it can be absolutely crushing. But what if the problem isn't that you're not trying hard enough? What if it's that you're missing a key piece of information about one single, super important biological event? Well, according to the material we're looking at today, the answer often hides in plain sight. It's something that seems obvious but is, believe it or not, often misunderstood. And that is ovulation. It's the main event, the absolute pillar that the entire process of getting pregnant is built on.
So, let's just be 100% clear on this. Ovulation is that moment when a mature egg is released from the ovary. That's it. And without that happening, pregnancy is just biologically impossible. It's not just a big deal, it is literally the whole game. And right here is where it starts to get really, really interesting.
Take a look at this number, 90%. That's right. Our source suggests that for up to 90% of couples who are having a tough time with fertility, the real problem could be an issue with ovulation. Either it's just not happening, or it's not happening when they think it is. I mean, that one piece of information could change absolutely everything.
So that leads to the biggest question of all, right? Are you ovulating? The best part is you don't have to start with expensive appointments to find out. You can actually become your own health detective, and you can do it right from home.
And your main tool for this investigation is super simple. Ovulation test strips. You might see them called LH kits. Now, LH just stands for luteinizing hormone, and all these little strips do is look for a big surge of this hormone in your urine, which happens right before ovulation.
Okay, so let's get into how to use them, because doing it right is so important. The recommendation is to start testing on day 10 of your cycle. And here's a pro tip. The best time to test is actually between noon and 2 p.m., not with your first urine of the day, which a lot of people think. From there, you just follow the simple instructions, and those little lines are going to tell you everything you need to know.
And here's what you're looking for. It could not be simpler. If you see one line, that's a negative. It just means that hormone surge hasn't happened yet. But if you see two dark lines, that's your positive. That's the signal that your body is gearing up to release an egg in the next 24 to 36 hours. But what if you test and you're only ever seeing that one line? Well, if your at-home investigation seems to be showing that ovulation just isn't happening consistently, our source has a couple of natural approaches that might help support your body's cycle. Now, it is so important to remember this is not medical advice, okay? Always talk to your doctor. But first, let's cover a major warning from the source itself. Okay, this part is absolutely crucial. These remedies are not for everybody. The source is crystal clear on this. You should only even think about them after you've used the test strips and confirmed that you are consistently not ovulating. Please, don't just start them without a really clear reason. So, the first idea is something called clove water, and it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. You soak 2 cloves in a glass of water overnight. Then, you drink it first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. And the timing is really specific. You do this from day 2 of your cycle all the way to day 15. But there are some really important safety warnings we need to go over. Please pay close attention to this. This clove water approach can actually increase your body heat. So if you already deal with any kind of heat-related health issues, this is not for you. And most importantly, if you are on any kind of blood-thinning medication, you should not use this, period. All right, the second approach is much more gentle and supportive. It's just simple lemon water. This is just a great practice all around. It's fantastic for hydration, and it's full of vitamin C, which is a powerful antioxidant. That can help protect your cells, maybe even improve egg quality, and it also gives your liver a little support. All you do is squeeze the juice of half a lemon into a glass of lukewarm water. Easy. And hey, for anyone who can't use clove water or maybe just doesn't want to, the source also mentions another cool natural idea called seed cycling.
It basically involves eating specific seeds like flax and pumpkin during the first half of your cycle, and then switching to seeds like sesame and sunflower in the second half, all to help support your hormones. It's a really interesting topic, a great alternative to look into.
Okay, so whether your body ovulates on its own or maybe gets a little natural support, everything we've talked about, it all leads to this. The final, the most time-sensitive, and without a doubt, the most critical piece of this entire puzzle.
24 hours. That's it. That is the number that changes everything.
Because once an egg is released during ovulation, it's only viable, it's only able to be fertilized for about 24 hours. That's the window. It travels into the fallopian tube and it waits. And if nothing happens in that time frame, the chance for that month is over. And that is why those little ovulation test strips are such a game changer. That positive result, those two dark lines, that's like your starting pistol. It's your heads up that the 24-hour window is about to open. It takes all the guessing out of the equation and gives you clear, actionable information so you know exactly when your most fertile time is.
So let's just end with this thought. After all the diets, all the stress, all the waiting, could the answer really be this simple? Not easy, but simple. Could the key to everything you're hoping for be found in just understanding your own body and focusing all that energy on that one single, crucial 24-hour window? It's a pretty powerful idea to think about. Thanks so much for watching.